talk about Detroit Lions defense. Apparently, they've been dominating the Lions offense all training camp. It's about what 3 weeks, probably not even 3 whole weeks. And the Lions just did the funky Watusi on Miami Dolphins defense, the first team Lions offense over the first team defense. And it's coming to the people, or to some of the players, realization that Detroit defense just might really be that good. And that the offense may not be that bad. You hear about struggles with the offense, and you get out there versus Miami, and you produce a clinic. So it's trending to believe that when BB made those comments about the Lions defense, pretty much, being better than last year, now that they're healthy. And remember, they even had Kirby Joseph and Terrion Arnold out there neither. The other day versus Miami. And now you hear, Derek Barnes talking about all the talent on the defense. If the Lions defense is dominating the Lions offense, and the Lions offense is still one of the top offenses, in football, I mean, I should tell you something. But then again, when it's just them staying healthy. But, it seems like Calvin Shepard is, the transition that he's making is easier than John Morton's. But then again, he been around these guys a little bit more. They've been training him to be the DC. And it's going to be interesting to see the twist that he brings defensively to the Detroit Lions, to be honest. But honestly, this could be a great sign if they can stay healthy. This can be a phenomenal sign if they can stay healthy, because if that offense can still click and they can still do what they do, and that defense can play that. And last year it was getting to that point. Kind of like Hut snapping his leg was like, then everybody else kind of went down. They was kind of piecing it together. Anders only went down. Derek Barnes went down. Rodrigo went down. And they was kind of like piecing it together and stuff. But if they're really good, I mean, I think, and how they were trending last year, if they're really good, I mean, a couple things may happen. Even with the dreadlocks and tattoos, Calvin Shepard might get a job, a head coaching job. The Lions may be favored to win the Super Bowl. If that defense is clicking, and usually in camp, the defense is always ahead of offense. That's usually how it is. Offense is a little bit more complex. It's a little bit more complex, but if that defense is humming like that, the Lions, they're gonna be prepared. And a lot of people talk about the cold weather games they got. All them cold weather games is before it really get cold. Baltimore, Cincinnati, and I know they don't like to change their stripes, as they say, the Lions. They don't want to change their stripes and what they do as far from an offensive defensive standpoint. But I think if Calvin Shepard want to be successful versus the Jalen Hurts and the Jaden Daniels and the Lamar Jackson, they're going to have to play more zone. If you're going to play man-to-man versus them, you better get home with 4, or you better blitz. You make quarterbacks like that make a quick decision. But if their defense is really playing at that level, they're really playing at that level. I mean, and they was trending that way last year. It's like, remember, the offense got off to a slow start last year. The defense pretty much held it down. I mean, I think they held the Rams under 20 points last year. I don't think Tampa Bay scored too many points. It was a blunder. And Dan Campbell took full responsibility versus Tampa. But early on, their defense was showing up. Their offense was a little bit behind because, they don't play preseason. And as they offense started clicking and defense started clicking, then that's when you seen a lot of the defensive injuries come into play. So, but yeah, Shep, I mean, But Shep, he might have, and Aaron Glenn, I think people seen what he did, but Shep might, parlay this into a job, head coaching job. Maybe not on this level, maybe on the college, who knows? But the defense is very talented. Two really good safeties, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, DJ Reed, Terrion, already injured, but what it is, what it is. Trending in the right direction. Jack Campbell, the middleman of that, or the man in the middle, the quarterback of the defense. Anazoni, and then the defensive line is where the issues come. Hutchins was dominating, versus Miami. Marcus Davenport has been really well in camp. We ain't gonna count on that. And then you got, Roy Lopez, um, DJ Reader. He healthy this year. So they, a couple guys still ain't healthy, like Makai Wingo, Aleem McNeil. So, they liking what they seeing. I mean, some people think Zadarius Smith coming back. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We will see. We will see. But yeah, Shep's, Shep for the most part is done his job. Shep has done his job. So, or he's doing his job, and if he does his job, he might be gone. But nonetheless, Lions, if that defense is humming and they healthy, Lions might be one of them teams. Philly is really good. Usually the Super Bowl champ, they don't have a hangover. They hit the ground running. The losers, the ones that had a hangover, fall off. So, but I'm pretty sure Kansas City will be motivated. It's a lot of parity in the NFL per every year. It's always surprise teams, risers, surprise fallers. And I also think it's a lot of parity, in other leagues now. So parity is the key. That's why people love March Madness so much. But let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist for more videos like this. And like I said, man, Derek Barnes, and I heard Aiden Hutchinson and Brian Branch, but Barnes and Branch being more vocal about it. This team, one of the ones defensively, he said that's a lot of talent. So, I mean, to credit to Dan Campbell, I know we still feel like we need Zadarius Smith for another pass rusher, whether it's Julian Clowney or somebody else, but they feel like they one of them ones. So, we'll see. Peace.